Germany's Angela Merkel stepping down from her leadership role of her party. She says she's not going to run for re-election as Germany's chancellor. She's essentially, this is my opinion, I think she's been driven out of politics by the migrant crisis. Nigel Farage joins us now. Do you agree with that basically Merkel is out because she let 1 million migrants in?
I said on Varney Echo back in July, Mrs. Merkel is history. OK, it's taken a few months, but she is. And I tell you, it's a funny thing, you know. However long you are in politics or business or even as a famous TV presenter, if you make one massive mistake, that's the end. She has led that party since the year 2000. She's been the German Chancellor for 13 years, the dominant figure in Europe, Mutti, as she's called, mother in Germany. She made one big mistake based on the Germans' war guilt for the terrible atrocities of 75 years ago. She opened the doors up unconditionally, and she's toast.
What does that now do for Europe as a unified continent?
Well, it's very interesting because, you see, she became the top dog in Europe after the financial crisis back in 2008. She's been the dominant figure. We all know she's on the way out. It's very doubtful she'll stay as German Chancellor until 2021. And this at the same moment when the Italian government are facing up to the European Commission over their budget. The EU have told them their budget's too big. The Italians have said go to hell. And without Merkel's authority there, I think what you're witnessing, Stuart, you're witnessing the beginning of the end of the euro.
Well, that's dramatic stuff, Nigel. I want to bring up this issue, which we've been talking a lot about here in America, and that is the tax that the British propose to impose on American big tech companies. We now learn that the European Union is going to water down that tax proposal because they're scared stiff of the retaliation that might come their way from President Trump. I find that very interesting because that was going to be a big money grab for you guys in Europe, and now maybe it's not.
Well, that's right. And, of course, the whole world is somewhat scared of President Trump. This one's difficult because if we get a clean Brexit, then what the European Union think won't matter. But let me put it to you like this. Facebook is massive in this country. It earns huge advertising revenues. And yet the singer, Ed Sheeran, paid more tax last year than Facebook did. So there is something wrong with this. And I think in those terms, I think President Trump would understand our point of view.
Oh, no, I'm with you all the way, Nigel. I've said consistently, yes, it's a money grab, but it is inevitable. You can't have a foreign company march into a country, make a ton of money, and then march out without paying something significant in taxes. That's got to change. So a tax of some form is inevitable. And I think you agree with me on this.
Yeah, no, absolutely it is. And there is, you know, I mean, if you think in many ways about Brexit, Trump, the new Italian government, the, as they call it, populist revolt, you know, much of this is about ordinary, decent, law-abiding, tax-paying, ordinary folks saying something really wrong, something unfair has happened in society. And, yeah, I think Facebook really now ought to be paying their way.
Yeah, I've got 30 seconds, Nigel, but you made an interesting comment. We're witnessing the unravelling of the euro. Give me a time frame. How much longer has it got left?
Well, if I knew that, I'd be out there trading the markets right now. But yeah, look, I think this is a head-on collision. A democratically elected government of Italy have been told their budget, reasonable though it is unacceptable. They must change. They did it to the Greeks backed down. These Italians, I know these people, they won't. Within the next, I would say 2 to 3 years, we are headed for a major calamity within the Eurozone, and quite right too.
Well, we have been warned, Nigel Farage, and you gave us the warning. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you again soon.